Hey everyone, welcome back to Dazola Designs. Today I will be teaching you how to join granny squares. This is the simplest way and this is the way that I use. For those of you who don't know, I have been asking my followers to send me granny squares for a granny square friendship blanket. So these are just some of the ones that I have received. They are super gorgeous. And I just asked people, my followers, to send me their granny squares. So this is how I receive them. They can send any size, any pattern, whatever. I just thought it would be really, really cool to make a project. So I decided on a granny square friendship blanket. So when I get them, I'm using white cotton and I'm putting a border on them. And I try to make it a little bit different. I don't know. I just try to do different borders with them. But for this particular blanket, I'm making them to 8-inch squared. So I just thought of another video that I could do how to put borders on your blanket. That will be in a separate video. So to make the blanket, obviously after I put the border on, I have to join the squares. So that is what I will be doing today. You will need definitely a yarn needle, which I have right here. You will need a pair of scissors, which I don't have on my desk. I don't know where they are. And you will, of course, need granny squares, okay? And this could work any size. And really any pattern. I've made triangle granny squares before, rectangle ones, whatever you have on hand. Just go ahead and grab those and let's get started. You will also need, I'm sorry I didn't mention, a yarn to join them with. So if you're not putting a border around them, whatever color yarn you want to join, it will show up in the seam. So if you want to make your joining kind of invisible where people can't see, use the same color yarn. Okay, so with that said, let's get started. So what you want to do is, when I make my borders around my granny square, I always leave a train with, or not a train, a tail, sorry, with the same color of yarn. Okay, so this is my tail after I fasten off and everything. This is the right side of the granny squares. This is the wrong side. You want to make sure that the wrong sides, I say they're kissing, but maybe that's not appropriate, so they're facing each other. Okay, so make sure that the right sides are facing each other. Okay, just like that. So then what you want to do, I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. And again, this is how I do it. Everyone does it their own way, but this is how I've been doing it for, God, for a while now. So I line up the squares. Here's a corner, and here's a corner. And what you're going to do is you're going to join it at the seam, okay? Actually, you're going to create a seam. So put your yarn on your yarn needle like this. And then, and again, this is what I do, is make sure they're lined up pretty good. And then I have my yarn on my yarn needle. And the stitches, you see the V's. So here's the first V right here, and here is the second V right here. And just keep in mind that they may be off to the side, or they may be here, they may be there, they may be everywhere. Actually, this is the V right here to this one. So you see how it's off to the side? So all you want to do is go through the first V like this, and then go through the second V. And the main thing is just make sure that they're lined up. Okay? and then you go to the next stitch, go through the first V right here and the second V. And then you go through the first V and the second V. And just take your time and make sure that you want to put the yarn through every V. Okay? And if they don't line up correctly, or if they don't line up perfectly, that's all right. As long as you go through the 2 V's. Sometimes it's like 2 V's for 1 V. You know what I mean? And that's fine too. So all you do is just go like this. The first and second, and you don't want to do it too tight. And as you do this, you will get better. If you hear that, I guess it sounds probably like a buzzing noise to you in the background. It's over 100 degrees here today, so I have the AC and the fan on. So here's what I was talking about. So here is 2 to 1. So all you do, you don't want to go back through that one, but you want to go through here. So you go like that, actually, and then we're going to go through this one right here and just go in the same one. Okay? Ideally, of course, you want to have everything line up perfectly, but that's not always the case. So then you just keep going back and forth. And I'm just going to keep doing this, and I will meet you when I am done with, when I reach the end of the row. Okay everyone, so on this granny square, you can see this one is the end right here. Does everyone see that? Where's my middle? This is the corner right here, okay? So I do have one, I think this was a double crochet left. So what I'm going to do is just go through this V and this V right here, and I'm going to stop. Okay. Then when I put the border on the blanket right here is when I'll fill in this gap, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. But you see, I only have a little bit of yarn left, like maybe 4 inches. So what I do with that is I just come down here like this through here. Oh, don't leave. And I start putting little knots in. Usually I go back and forth 3 times, which I still can kind of probably do. Let's see. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to tuck this underneath here. So then I'm going to go like this one way. You see that? And then I'm going to go back around, or back through, like this. No, that doesn't want to go through there. There we go. So just like that. Cut the yarn. Okay everyone, sorry about that. So this is what it looks like. This is the back. I've tucked in all the ends and everything. And this, so you see this one, that's the one that we just did. And then this is the one that I did before. So this is a good example of what I was saying earlier. You have these little valleys right here. And when you put the borders in, that's when I close the valleys. Okay, so don't worry about that right now. That is a whole other video. So then this is the back side and this is the front side. This is what it looks like. Pretty, 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 pretty. Okay, so I just thought I'd share with you this video. I know a lot of you were asking how to join granny squares, and this is how I join granny squares. You can go up more if you like to right there, but again, I like to close mine off right here. Okay, so I hope this helps. Thank you so much for watching my channel. If you are new here, please consider subscribing. I do have many wonderful yarn giveaways. I hope everyone is doing well, and we will see each other in the next video. Bye.